Children, now we will discuss few means of communication, meaning few modes of communication, few ways of communication. Right now we are discussing about personal communication. So the methods which we use when we need to send our messages to our loved ones are called means of communication or ways of communication. So open your book. Let's start. The postal system. Let me tell you, children, the postal system is the most common and very easy method of conveying your messages to your friends and families. Let's see what is written here. The postal system is the most common method of communication. Children, this is one of the oldest method of communication as well. When people were not using these kind of letters, when there was no postal system, that time also people used to communicate and send their messages to others. But how come they used to send that time? They used to use pigeons for sending their messages. Understood? They used to write their messages in a small slip, and that slip used to tie on the legs of pigeons. So pigeon used to fly and used to reaches to the receiver of the message. Next line, letters are the most popular means of sending messages, postcards, inland letters and envelopes. These all are forms of letters which are available in post office. Stamped postal envelopes are available at the post office. Children, when we have to send our letters to someone or to our relatives or friends, we need to have an envelope for that. Those envelopes are available in post office and those are stamped. Aerogrammars are used to send mails to foreign countries. A PIN code or postal index number is important to ensure that the letter reaches the correct address. There is very important thing, a PIN code. What is the full form of PIN code? Postal index number. So children, the entire country has been divided into different PIN code. Every part of the country has been given a PIN number. So whenever you are writing address of your relative on the envelope, you need to write PIN code as well so that your letter reaches fast. Why fast? Because once you will drop it in the post office or in the letter box, and people in post office will take out your letter and will sort out where to send, so your PIN code will be written on the letter, on the envelope, so it would be very easy for them to sort out the letter. Here we can see a post box in which we have to drop our letter in the envelope when we have to send it to someone. And here comes our postman. What? What are you asking? Who is postman? Beta, postman is a person whose job is to collect letters, packages, etc. and take them to the people's houses. So now there is another means of communication, telephone. I am sure kids, you all are using telephone on daily basis and you know perfectly how to use it. So let's start. The fastest and the most common two-way means of communication is the telephone. Here children, there are two things which we have to keep in mind. First, telephone is the fastest means of communication and this is most commonly used two-way means of communication. Correct, you got me. What is two-way means of communication here? Two-way means, beta, when any mode which allow us to communicate from both the ways. You know, if for example I am writing a letter to my friend, he may or may not give answer to that letter, or he may take little more time for that. But when we are talking on phone, both the parties or both the friends, understood, like me and my friend, we both share our ideas at the same time. Okay, next line. We can easily talk to a person living at a far off place with the help of a telephone. They help us to communicate with friends, relatives, and others. We can directly call up any place within the country or abroad using the STD ISD facility. Now, what is STD and ISD? STD means subscriber trunk dialing, and ISD means international subscriber dialing. Today, people are using the modified version of the telephone, which is known as, yes, you all know, mobile phone or cellular phone. The advantages of a mobile phone are that we can carry it anywhere and we can send messages from our mobile phones. This kind of message is known as an SMS. I'm very sure that you all know how to use mobile phones. It is very simple to send a SMS to anyone, or nowadays we mostly use WhatsApp. Through WhatsApp also we send written messages or sometimes audio messages or sometimes video messages too. Yes, this is the most popular means of communication, telephone. Right. Oh, it is ringing also. Pick up fast. And this is your favorite mobile phone. Right now, also, everybody is holding a mobile in his hand. Correct? Oh. What is happening in this mobile? Have a look. Next mode of personal communication is fax. What is fax? I'm sure you must have seen somewhere, but you might not have noticed it. So, children, next time, whenever you go to the market, have a look of fax machine there. Let's start. Fax stands for facsimile. What does facsimile means? Facsimile means an exact copy, especially of written or printed material. It is also a fast means of communication. What? Fax machine. Fax machine is also a fast means of communication. First, a message is handwritten or typed, then it is sent to another place through a fax machine. Generally, fax machines are used in offices. Right, normally they are used in offices, but now when we have to send some document to some another place, so we are not in the office, how do we go and how do we use it? That time, children, we go to the market and look for the place, look for the shops where fax machine is available. Next means of communication, which is very popular nowadays, is email. Nowadays, the computer plays a vital role in sending messages. After the advent of internet, people have been sending messages through it. When we send any message through the internet, it is called email. Yes, children, after the invention of computer and especially after the invention of internet, email or electronic mail is very, very popular and convenient because when we send an email to someone, it delivers then and there. It doesn't take time because it is electronic mail. The full form of email is, as Jaya ma'am told you earlier, it is electronic mail. We can send messages via email to any person anywhere in the world. Right, not only in India, in the world. But the person should also have an email ID. Understood? It is same beta. If we have to send a letter to someone, the other person should have a house and should have a postal address, then only our letter will deliver to him, no? In the same manner, if we are sending email to anyone, the other person should also have an email ID for that. Now, there is something for you to try here. Can you write any two mail addresses? Find out from your mama or papa and write two email addresses. Your fax machine looks like this. Promise me, whenever next time you will go to the market, you will request your father or mother to fetch you to the shop where you can see a fax machine. And yes, here this child is sending an email to her friend. And I'm 100% sure that if you will also get an email from your friend, you will also feel so happy. It is a time of quick recap of whatever we discussed and understood in today's class. So, children, today we discussed different means of personal communication, under which we studied the postal system, telephone, fax, and email. I'm sure all these means of communication were simple and were clearly understood by you. See you in next class. Till then, be at home, be safe, and have lots of fun.